Good morning, and thank you all for joining us today. As we continue on through our study of the book of Proverbs, it's very timely that we get to chapter 11 this week of all weeks, because in Proverbs chapter 11, it talks a lot about wealth and how we try to gain wealth and the pursuit of wealth in our lives, and how that inevitably will lead us to disappointment. And the reason why I think this is so timely, of course, is because, well, Thanksgiving's on Thursday, and the day after that is Black Friday, when so many people are willing to maybe even physically fight other people in order to gain possessions and wealth for themselves, in order to make themselves feel better, for them to feel happier about their lives. But really, in Proverbs chapter 11, it tells us how the pursuit of wealth and the things of this world are inevitably going to disappoint us, and they will end at some point. But things are more important that are apart from our wealth, things not of this world. And so in Proverbs chapter 11, verses 4 through 7, it reads, "Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the blameless keeps his way straight, but the wicked falls by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright delivers them, but the treacherous are taken captive by their lust. When the wicked dies, his hope will perish, and the expectation of wealth perishes too."
This passage really reminds me of a couple things Jesus taught about. Jesus warned people with this rhetorical question. He said, "What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul?" But it also reminds me of a time when he taught about how our life doesn't consist in the abundance of possessions. He's told a story about a rich fool who gained all these things and said to himself that he's got too much stuff and he needs to tear down his barns and build bigger ones. And he was so selfish. And Jesus said in that story that God confronted that man and said, "This night, your soul is required of you. Your life is required of you. And whose will your stuff be?" Essentially, is what he said. Just reminds me of that meme that no matter if you're poor or rich, we are all buried in the same kind of hole in the ground. We all die. And as the passage points out, that hope of wealth will die too. And I don't mean to be morbid about things. It's just understanding that those possessions will not go beyond this life. And so as we're going throughout our days, especially with Thanksgiving this week, be thankful and be mindful of the blessings that God has given you that are not material, that are the family that he's blessed you with, the riches in Christ. Focus on those things and be thankful for them each day. We sing a song frequently in some of our churches, count our many blessings. And so may that be our pattern and our habit as we go throughout our day. Thank you so much for joining us today. God bless you.